Hi and welcome to this week's episode 2 of Win or Bust by KRS Education, and I'm Simon Hall. And a very great subject for us to discuss this week will be win, lose or taking part. So there you go, you've already thought, oh, I know where I sit on that one, but let's have a look at it. Okay, this week in the Tokyo Olympics, at the time of filming, 13-year-old Sky Brown, unbelievable. She had 3 runs in the final at skateboarding. She fell on the first, she fell on the second, and she got the bronze on the third. Now, can you imagine the resilience that it took to pick yourself up in the final of the Olympics after falling twice on the same trick that she fell on, and then to go out on the third one and actually still do the trick and get a bronze medal? Pretty special, isn't it? Okay, so then the question is do we give our young people enough credit? So we go out there on sports days, it's the taking part. Some are all for the taking part, some are for the winning and losing, and it'll be interesting to know people's views on this, and why. It's important to why. Don't just say that I do it, but why do you believe that winning is everything? Now, my point of view, so this is from myself. Am I the typical dad who never let my kids win anything? Too right. I know I say it and I'm proud. I built a competitiveness within them to succeed at life, and that's what I believe. But I also believe I taught them how to lose, okay, and to lose gracefully, and I also taught them how to win gracefully, because obviously it's fair to say that when they did beat me for the first time, I know about it, and now I just won't play my son at FIFA at all because there's 0 point, and I know people are relating to that, but they earn it. Now, there are little things you can do just to give little, when you're playing with your kids and you're playing games and stuff, those little tiny wins, it's all about the overall, just to keep them engaged. Now, team sports is a really strong area because it's a win and lose together type thing. And then there's a lot of the controversies around sports day because they're normally individual events as a rule. That there's a lot of individual events on there, but sometimes it's the less academic kids, it's their chance to shine. So people say, yeah, but those who fear sport and everything else around it, they're how they feel on the build up to sports day, because they spend the rest of the year being really great because they're really academic and they look amazing and everything else, and then there's a day where they're not going to be the best on show. Well, there's a thought. So we must teach them that you win some, you lose some. We must teach young people that yes, taking part is good. Done is better than perfect. Having a laugh is absolutely fantastic. Playing a team game with your friends for fun is brilliant, whether it's win or lose. But to appreciate that there are people out there who do want to win, because one day that drive to be better, that determination to learn more, will come to the fore, and that could be limited places for a university. So the course that you want on university has got limited places, and you need to be in the top 2%. Well, if you don't know how to strive for a win and to strive to be better, then how do you up your game to work a little bit harder? If there's limited apprenticeships, so if you wanted to go on, say, a joinery apprenticeship, in fact, let me use it, electrician's a great one, because there isn't enough people going for those apprenticeships. Is that why? The reason is I don't know. Okay, maybe that's a society thing, that people have had the taking part is great, but if you go for an electrician apprenticeship, you're going to have to work for a living, but you're going to have to learn for a living, and you're going to have to exceed, because to be the best within the electrician world, you need to be really good. People's lives are at stake. So how do you up your game and your competitiveness to make sure that you are so good at your job and take pride in your work, take pride in your sport, take pride in winning, take pride in losing. Well, don't take pride in losing, I suppose, as such, but accept losing and accept what you've got to do to be the next best. Okay, so how do you improve? This is only my second video on this, and it won't be the best, but I'll get perfect later, because I'll watch it back, and do you know what will happen when I watch it back? I'll go, don't like that, don't like that, don't like that. But I'll strive for next week to be even better. And that's where sports comes into such an important thing of winning and losing. It is so important that people know the difference, that kids know the difference, but kids also know that they've got to take part. Why some kids have a fear of sport, I don't know where that actually comes from, in the sense that they may never have been praised for a small win. They may never have been taken outside and had a kick around with a football to a tennis ball, you know, against a wall. Going back to the old games of Kirby and rounders, and now everybody frowns if the kids play on the streets, but that's a whole different debate from a whole different generation. But what I want to say to you is please, you know, put your views, winning and losing, because if there's only one job out there and there's 20 of you going for it, what's your competitive edge to get that job? Because the taking part doesn't work when you're going for a job, because it doesn't pay the bills. Although the taking part, if done correctly and taught correctly, is about learning from the experience. So if you went for 6 job interviews and you never got all 6, it's about improving each and every single time to go for the 7th and get the 7th. It's about understanding that you are one step closer to that win. One step closer to that win. Life is competitive. I believe it's in the genes, naturally competitiveness, naturally competitive. Yeah, I believe in that, and I'm sure there'll be a sciencey thing on that some people aren't competitive. They're quite happy to go on in life. That's great, but please, let's have a look at opinion, that we've got to accept that some people want one thing, others want the other. Neither shall they meet. What is it? Never the twain shall they meet, something like that. They will meet people, but those people who want to go down a particular path of relaxing may be the ones that don't like it when a newer person comes in and gets promoted sooner, because they're competitive. So what are we teaching in schools? Competitiveness, good or bad? Win or lose, good or bad? Just taking part can be good, just taking part, but it comes with a whole different part of education for a life skill. Okay, views down below, please, let's discuss this, it'd be fantastic. My name is Simon Hall from KRS Education. See you next week.